back to the YouTube channel of Pro Enzo Vid, and tonight it's my exciting Game 1 preview for State of Origin that all kicks off tomorrow night at Suncorp Stadium. Queensland versus New South Wales, how good? Bring on the State of Origin tomorrow night and go the Blues, you know. Hopefully the Blues get the result. I know Suncorp's where obviously the Queenslanders will be favoured, I guess, being their home, but didn't matter last year, won there last year, so hopefully this is another year where we win at Suncorp. But yeah, in this preview, obviously going to go through just some key points about the teams and players that have to step up in particular from each side, and also my tip and anytime first try scorers and I guess man of the match, you name it. So going to be good. Hope you all enjoy the preview for tomorrow night's game. But as always though, like, comment and subscribe to the channel and help my goal of 5,400 subscribers happen soon. But I'd like to just say quickly thank you for all the new support as of recent. But here we go, Game 1 in the State of Origin preview. So to start off this preview, it's basically going to start off with one thing that the Blues should be worried about with the Queensland Maroons tomorrow night about their team and coming into tomorrow's game. I feel like the Maroons have a great mobile forward pack where I feel like the Blues might need to contain that with their own forward pack. Like Tino, Cotter, Nanai, Carrigan, Fodawaker, and off the bench like Fermor and Lindsay Collins. Like these guys are all capable of playing long minutes and are very fit, I feel like. And yeah, I just feel like that forward pack for Queensland is very underrated and can definitely give the Blues forward pack a bit of a bite, I guess, because I like our forward pack. Like our forward pack is very strong with guys like Alinu, Hudson Young, Haas, and all them, Mitch Barnett, but that Queensland forward pack is very underrated, I feel like. It can definitely, make the Blues forward pack mission a bit impossible sometimes, I feel like. Hopefully not the case, but that's one thing I feel like the Blues have to be a bit wary of. Like, Tino being back for Queensland's a huge boost. Like, he's been in alright form for the Gold Coast Titans this season, so I expect him to really take this game personally and really have a big dig on Wednesday night. Ruben Cotter in the back row, not a position where I've seen him play before, but he's obviously a very tough workhorse and he's obviously very underrated in his defence. Fodawaker is also another guy you can't underestimate. He works very hard as well. So the thing about, I guess, Queensland is they've got a lot of hard workers in their forward pack where the Blues do as well. Like, we have plenty of hard workers like Crichton, Liam Martin, Barnett, you name them. But yeah, I just feel like that Queensland forward pack can definitely grab some momentum pretty quickly if we're not careful. So I just think the mobility of the Queensland forwards are one thing for the Blues to worry about for tomorrow night personally, but we'll see how that all goes. And one thing that Queensland Maroons have to worry about with the Blues team, I'm going to say it's their fast backline, to be honest. I think the Queensland Maroons should fear the speed and strength of Stephen Crichton, Brian Toto, Latrell Mitchell. I just think that's a very good core of a back five there. Like, obviously, Robert Toya being a debutant, having a great year so far, but versus Latrell Mitchell in his first game, not going to be easy. So that's where I feel like the presence that Latrell brings as a player, especially in a game like State of Origin, he'll be up for it emotionally and physically too. So, and Stephen Crichton's a big game player, so he'll be up for it as well. He's been actually cleared to play, so I'm very glad that Critter's been free to play from injury for tomorrow night. Brian Toto and, Zach Lomax, they're big bodies that get momentum going through meters and actually could do some good things. Like Zach Lomax is an excellent winger. Brian Toto is obviously a real workhorse as a winger. So, I feel like Val Holmes, Hammer, Toya, Coates, and Ponga have a lot to work on and have to try and really contain that strong strength of and the speed of that all combined with the Blues backs that they do have, all that together. So, it's going to be a good battle, I think, but that's where I feel like Queensland will have to sort of be a bit worried about the speed and strength in the Blues backs. Now, one player that I believe has to step up for the Blues, it's pretty obvious, I think. It's Nathan Cleary. Now, just remember, last year we won the series with both Mitchell Moses and Jerome Luai as our halves. Luai 6, Moses 7, and that was a great combination. Now there's a new coach, not Michael Maguire anymore. Laurie Daly obviously is now gone in his own direction and has chosen Mitchell Moses at 6 and Nathan Cleary at 7. So without a doubt, Nathan Cleary has to be the guy that steps up in Origin. I don't think he's won a series yet with the Blues. I think 2021 he was out injured, and in 2024 he was also out injured as well. So, Cleary earning that 7 jumper after a very average season by the Panthers so far. And Cleary's been good this year, I think, but hasn't been as great. But that's because Penrith as a whole not playing too well. But the confidence by Laurie Daly to give Nathan Cleary his 7 jumper back is obviously a very huge thing for Nathan. So, and look, Nathan's a big game player, so I'm sure he'll be up for the occasion tomorrow night. But obviously his record at Origin has not been the best. I've just seen, he's lost quite a fair few Origins since playing in the state, for the state, I should say. So, yeah, I think without a doubt, Nathan's the guy that has to step up the most. There's other players that have to step up too, like Dylan Edwards, I feel like, after an average season so far. Potentially Latrell and all these guys, but I feel like Nathan Cleary's the guy that has to make his mark the most, just because he's the 7, and he's up against a very experienced 7 in Daly Cherry Evans, who's always dominated at state of origin level. So, where I feel like Cleary's yet to actually dominate in an origin game, personally. So, I hope Nathan has a big one tomorrow night, and I'm backing him all the way. For Queensland, one player that has to step up for them, it's definitely Kalyn Ponga, without a doubt. No Reece Walsh this year. Jai Arrow, I guess, be unlucky to fall short to a Queensland jumper. I don't know if he was ever going to be fullback anyway, but Kalyn Ponga in a very average night side has been okay, I guess, but he struggles to get the ball for the Knights and create plays, and it's disappointing because he's such a waste of talent at the moment. Kalyn Ponga not doing much for Newcastle. Hasn't even scored a try yet this year for Newcastle, which is crazy, but maybe with good ball players like Munster, Cherry Evans, Pat Carrigan, like these guys will give him good ball. And, I'm sure Ponga's thrilled to be playing alongside Val Holmes, Hamiso, all these guys that have experience and strength and speed. So, Ponga's obviously a guy that needs to get himself involved in the game, because I know that's not all his fault, Newcastle, for not getting too involved and, sending up players and getting tries or whatever. Not all his fault, but in Origin level, you got to be always on your toes, I think. And I think Kalyn Ponga needs to be a bit more consistent to his task, I feel like. I just think he's not always that consistent with what he has to do really well. I rate a KP a lot. He's obviously a very talented player, and you can never underestimate him. But yeah, look, if Walsh was fit, I think he'll definitely be picked by Billy Slater. But I think now with Ponga having the opportunity to, regain his number 1 jumper again for Queensland, because mind you, Reece Walsh stole his fullback jersey for the Maroons, so obviously Ponga's lucky to be back where he is right now to try and grab that jersey back and prove to Billy Slater that he is the right fullback for the state. So, yeah, obviously Ponga is the one that has to have a big game for Queensland tomorrow night. So, without a doubt, Ponga's the guy that has all the eyes laid on him, I feel like, to really deliver in a big game. Now, where both states win the game. So, I'm going to start with Queensland first and how they win the game tomorrow against the Blues. Obviously, I wish that doesn't happen, but I will say Queensland win the game through just the class of Cherry Evans, Munster, Ponga, and Harry Grant, the whole spine. Obviously, it's a very experienced spine with a lot of talent in there, so I feel like if those guys can expose the Blues team with speed like Hammer, Coates, and get Rob Toy maybe some early ball too to bring him a bit of confidence early on in the game. I feel like the Queensland side win the game through their spine, to be honest, and what they can provide for the rest of the side. So I feel like that's how they win the game, through the quality of the spine they've got, the Maroons. As for the Blues, I feel like they win the game through, I guess you could say, their spine, but I'm going to say more through their power players like Payne Haas, Toto, Zach Lomax, all these players, Latrell, Critter. Like, these are big bodies who've got great speed in them, and I feel like they can generate a lot of power, a lot of momentum for the Blues to really push through Queensland and tire them out. So I feel like it's more power players and just more like, just being energetic to just get the sets rolling quickly and really, give it to Queensland and make their line speed very slow. Because guys like Zach Lomax, Payne Haas, and Brian Toto, they all get great meters and whatever. So if they can just relentlessly run at Queensland as hard as they can all night and making meters, that can make them really tired and really expose them defensively, maybe, hopefully. So I'm going to say that's how both states win the game tomorrow night. Now, as my tip and prediction, I'm going to go, obviously, New South Wales to win. I'll go the Blues to win 26 points to 18. I think the Blues will be too good tomorrow night, and I think they'll start the series off with a good win, I hope anyway. First try scorer, I'm going to back in Stephen Crichton. I'm a bit hesitant on him now because he's only just come back and he's only just felt fit now from injury, so he could be a little bit quiet tomorrow. I hope not anyway, but it could be. But I'll back Critter for first try. Anytime try scorers will give you 4. Don't know if they'll happen, but they're the ones I'm thinking might happen. So 2 for Queensland. So for Queensland, I'm going to back in Xavier Coates, and I'm also going to back in Val Holmes to score any time. And for the Blues, going to go with Zach Lomax. And for the other one, the bold one, going to be Liam Martin, actually. I think Liam Martin in the back row can really score a try tomorrow night. I think he's running out Munster too, so that rivalry yet again will ignite between each other because I don't think Munster and Liam Martin are too fond of each other. They might be okay, but it's more of a competitive rivalry they've got together. I think Munster and Liam Martin, but yeah, I'll back Liam Martin to be my roughie to score tomorrow night. But and saying that, I hope, yeah, Blues win, obviously. And my man of the match, if Blues do win, I'm going to go with Latrell Mitchell, actually. I think Latrell Mitchell's a big game player as well, and I think he'll be the guy that gets the man of the match in a Blues win, if anything. But that right there is my Game 1 State of Origin preview and my tip and prediction right there too. Hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and go the Blues.